Welcome to the unit Instructional Communication. Your facilitator is Peris Kadingi. In this unit, I expect that you should be able to explain types of instructional communication in work environment. And in our next slide, we'll be able to see types of instructional communication. 1. Verbal communication. Under verbal, we have written communication and oral communication. Number 2, we have audiovisual communication. And lastly, we have nonverbal communication. We start with our first type, which is verbal communication. And in verbal communication, we'll be able to see types of verbal communication. One is intrapersonal communication. In intrapersonal communication, this is a form which is restricted to ourselves. And we have number 2, which is interpersonal communication, which this form takes place between two individuals. We have other types of verbal communication, which is small group communication. And lastly, we have public communication. Next, we have classification of verbal communication, which is 1, written communication. And number 2, we have oral communication. And in oral communication may be through different ways, which is 1, face to face. It can be in form of face to face. That is oral communication. Let's see what is in our next slide. We have audiovisual type of communication. And in audiovisual 1, we have combination of sight and sound. Then we have facilitates interpretations and ensures that the message is driven home. Then is used to educate farmers and to introduce and popularize a new technique. It can educate different types of people. That is audiovisual communication. And in our next slide, we'll be able to see nonverbal communication. This is the communication between parties in which words are not used as means of interchanging message. Communication takes place nonverbally through 1, body language. This is use of gestures, postures, body movements, etc. Next, we have paralanguage, which is speech variation tone, speaking speed, stressing of words. Then we have sign language, e.g., hand movement, facial expressions, among others. And then we have time language, which is time used to communicate the message. And that is all about types of instructional communication. Thank you.